Hello and welcome back to the Doll's House. Today I'm going to try and show you how to make one of these plate presses. They come in really handy for making plates in all sorts of materials, and you can use foil, thin card, paper, craft metal, thin craft metal. I'm going to show you just a few examples, but first of all, this video is about trying to show you how to make the plate press. I'm not very good with measurements, so you would use this to make the plates of your own size, but what I'm using are squares of cardboard, 4 centimeters square. You'd have to use each side would have to be equal, whatever size plates you want to make. I'll show you some examples of all these lovely pewter looking like plates, which come from the wrong side of the foil. I'll be doing another video to show how we can decorate them or give them some detail, but today is mainly showing you how to make the plate press. These are like my pewter ones. There's little saucers and other plates, and it's a bit addictive. You want to do more and more plates once you start using it. You can see that some have been inscribed, but we'll do the decoration on another video. These have been made using, that's a foil one again, and this is using the foil card. You can get a shiny mirror card and you can inscribe patterns and all sorts of things, monograms, little pictures into them. That's one that hasn't been decorated yet, and you can shape the edge of them. They're all rather lovely, and as you can see, there's lots and lots of different types that you can make with a little plate press. You could also use it with air dry clay, but you'd have to line the plate press with something, otherwise you'll get it sticks to the card. There's some more blanks ready to be made. They're 2 little cardboard circles, which gives you the right size of the plates that you want to press. I'm going off my mark again, which I do every time. As I say, there's lots and lots and lots of different plates you can make, which will look stunning on a shelf, in a farmyard kitchen, in a doll's house, silver plated, or on the table, or you can do the old pewter type plates, these ones. Let's get started then, and I'll do my best to show you how to make this fabulous plate press. You'll need a compass, a pokey tool, where am I? That's it, a pokey tool, and some thick card, and these this is what I've been using to make the plates. There's foil card, mirror card. That's foil stuck onto just brown paper to make it a little bit stiffer, a little bit different. That's ordinary foil. That was what we'd use to make the pewter, and that's what we'd use to make the silver plated plates. The silver foil stuck onto copy paper. That's another one stuck onto slightly silver foil stuck onto slightly thicker card. And there's silver foil on copy paper with some more foil on the other side, so that you get silver both sides. Let's put all these together then and get on with the making of the plate press. Now this is the plate press. I've got two versions that I've done at the moment. I've got this one, which I've been using, experimenting with air dry clay, and you can see that it's left some of the residue of the clay on. This is what we're going to try and make. And this is my second one, which I've just used for foils and papers. What we're aiming for is to be able to put your cut disc into the plate press, put the top on, and you press it down as hard as you can. And out comes a little plate or dish, which you can change, decorate, or scallop the edges. It just fits into the hole on the plate press, and you squidge it down, and it comes out like that. So let's get on and let me try to explain to you how we do the plate press. Well, first of all, you'll need card. And I used this quite stiff card, but it hasn't got to be really stiff because you'll be sticking lots of layers down together. So the first thing will be to get your card and measure out a 4 centimetre square. That's 4 centimetres all round. And then you draw a line diagonally from corner to corner, whatever size your square. And then you need a compass, and you need it set on the size of the circle you want that fits inside this, but it's got to fit inside the square obviously, and you draw a circle, and that stays the same for the first part, because this will be the top layer, the top part. So you need to do about 3 of those. I would say 3 of those. And then you get one of your squares. You need to make at least 15 4 centimetre squares. 15 squares like this. And then you get your next piece, and that's going to be the 4 centimetre square with the hole drawn around with a compass, but you cut that out and you do 4 of those. You cut out 4 of those. That's your largest square, your largest circle I mean. And that will stick on top of your base like that. But the circles that you cut out, don't throw those away. Keep them to one side because they'll be part of the press part of the press plate. Then you do your next size circle, which will be the inside rim of the plate. And you do the square, cross and cross, and then you make a smaller one, however you want it to go, however big you want it. So it's got to be smaller than your first one, that's your largest one, and this has to be the smallest one, but keep the circles. And you do 5 of those, 3 of those, 3 or 4, it doesn't really matter, but keep the circles because they'll come in handy in a moment. Then you do the smallest circle, the same thing, make a line from one end to the other, and that will be the smallest, and that will be that inside little circle there. 4 of those, put them to one side and keep the circles. The circles will be like this. Keep them all together. And then you just have some ordinary squares of the 4x4 with it marked up so you know where to place the smallest circle. And these are going to, this will be the base plate for it. And then I'll show you how to put it all together. The next thing we do is to stick 2 of the squares together that haven't got any cutouts. Then the smallest circles, we've stuck 3 layers together, and then I'm just going to make a 4th layer because I want this to be a bit deeper. Mould for when I do the plates. Now we stick that onto the base plate. So we stick that all around. Put some glue on, PVA glue. I'm using PVA glue. We stick that to the base plate. You'd wait a few moments, but I'm going to carry on because otherwise the video would be a bit too long. Now there's 3 layers on the next hole, the next biggest hole. There's 3 layers there. I'm going to add another layer just to show you how I make it. Line them up as best you can, and then you stick this onto the smallest holes. This will be the middle ledge of the plate. Can you see that? Yes. that'll be the middle edge of the plate. And there's 3 layers of the largest hole. I'll just put one more on there, because when you're doing it for yourself, you can take a lot longer, and somehow it's easier when you're just working in the quiet and not in front of a camera. And we'll stick that onto the middle size hole, like that. Now I've got to let that dry because there's an awful lot of glue squidging out. I'll get some baby wipes to wipe it over. So taking my other one, this is the one I've already done, and this is my new one. And this one, as you can see, has been sanded slightly, and where it's been used to make plates, it becomes smoother each time you use it. So that's the bottom of the plate press. A baby one. So my hands are getting really sticky. Now for the top part. We've got our cardboard there, and we do the opposite. We start with the bigger circles this time, and these are the circles you've cut out from making the holes of the plate press base. So we stick those in the middle. And these are 3 centimetre circles on top of each other. I'm going to do 4. Make it slightly deeper so that I can see if there's a difference when I press some plates out. That one, and then we've got this second hole cutouts, which goes in the middle of these. If you work quickly, you can get them in position while the glue's still wet, and then you can sort of fiddle around with them until they join perfectly. There. That's 4 of those. So that will be the top press part with a little piece to hold. You don't have to put that base plate on. You can just make it so that it's round and like a little lid that you press down. And then the last ones are these little small ones, which will go into the hole at the bottom of the plate press. Right, now we just let those dry. And I'll fiddle around with them and get them so that they're sitting nice and even. There's an awful lot of glue on there at the moment, so I'll just fiddle around with them and I'll get back to you in a moment. Now I've stuck all my layers from the smallest to the largest for the plate press. The glue's still a bit tacky. That's the press, that's the base, and that's the press. It's still a bit tacky, but we'll put a piece of foil in, and that's cut to the size of the hole there. We'll place a bit of foil in there, and then we'll see if it's going to work. This is deeper than higher, a bit deeper down than my other ones, so it should be more like a bowl. But you can make them as deep as you want. Yes, that worked out quite well. And there we have our little silver plated bowl, which we can decorate and inscribe. I don't know, I'll try a piece of silver foil. I shouldn't really, because it's not properly glued, but we'll see if it'll work anyway. If it falls to pieces, I could always stick it again. See, the glue's a bit tacky. Just press down. Needs a bit more. And there's a little plate which we could work on and decorate. So that's the one we've made today, and I hope you'll give this a go because it's great fun making plates. That's a slightly shallower one I made without the base, without the holder on. I just cut that off. I might do that with that one as well. And I've made a little mark where it presses the best. And that's my original one that I did. So we'll see what one looks like with just the foil and the copy paper. It's not quite round, but we'll just try it anyway. See that? Put that on there. There's a little pewter plate, and you can go on pressing them until you get them as dented as you want, and then we can use a little inscriber to make patterns on the foil. But we'll do decorating the plates another day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and now which one have I just made? Here it is. And I hope you enjoyed watching how I made a little plate press for our dolls' houses, making lovely pewter and silver plated plates and dishes. Well, I'll be putting another video up soon, and I hope you'll watch and subscribe. And have a lovely February, March. Catch you later. Blessings, Sharon.